on the shores of Lake Erie here in the city of rock and roll. Our coverage of the NFL brings us to Huntington Bank Field. Michael Dixon with the honor of getting us started. And off we go from Cleveland. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And now it's 2nd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Into the hands of Pat Freiermuth. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Throwing on 3rd and long. This ball's cut by Palmer. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Nick Bolton has it. And the Browns force the turnover on the first series of this game. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
First and 10. Ball set up at the 48.
Set. 12. Baylor Tiger. Hey, Ray. Let's go. Set.
Right to the air is Herbert. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Baylor Tiger. Ready.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. Finding Collins. They'll touch him down a couple of yards away from that marker.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
Crowd right. 5-9. Set.
From the pistol, it's Herbert. Hauled in by Dobbins. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Patrick Queen ranging in for the tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Baylor Tiger. Baylor Tiger.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there, and that gives the Browns a first.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Working inside the red zone. Has it in close. That's a Cleveland touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
From the 37. Looking for a touch. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Browns are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he crashes into a wall. That only gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
On 3rd down, Herbert. That's caught for the first. Touchdown, Cleveland. So, Brock, this offense looking sharpier in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Gay with the point after. And the Browns drive out to an early 14-0 lead. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Offense up to the line fast. Another carry for him. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Able to hit Palmer, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That one's complete, right side. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. It's a 2-score game early. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They're looking at second and pretty short. They motion the slot man right. Running for the marker on second. Runs inside the 35. And he takes this all the way down to the 24-yard line. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Denzel Ward makes the play. And he takes this one back for the pick six. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running the back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Right up the gut. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Complete out to the right. They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the gain, but boy, Brock, what a shot.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's a Steelers first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away. Incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it. 2nd and 10 now. Has him on the quick hitter.
And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. They are throwing it again. He's on the move. He just throws this one away.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time, secondary, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. He'll throw it yet again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
Let's go.
Third and long for him here. Throwing the out route complete. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Steelers first down.
Ready. 18, right here. Come on. 18,
They'll throw it again. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Here we go. Set. Forward, 17.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got a man. Palmer has it. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
70 Let's go now.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. They give it to him again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
5 men in the secondary for the Browns. 3rd down coming. Looking to the air here. Chased out to his right. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across.
You get these goal-to-goal situations, the last thing you're thinking offensively is you're going backwards. And to go back 4 yards, well, that's a tip of the cap to that defense.
After the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Pass play now. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on football fields. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. His return starts at the 5. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Hey, Ram.
Herbert from the gun. Forced out to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when you saw the field. It's going to be second down.
Go. Go.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
380.
He'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. So 4th down, and the big-legged Michael Dixon out to punt. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. And a big hit on the return to stop it cold. No return on that punt. And the Steelers will take over possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. And they pick him off again. Nick Bolton has it. And the Browns get it back on his 6th interception of the season. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Home to trips right. Let's go, let's go. Real hot.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. That's a Cleveland touchdown. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Gay to add the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns stretch their lead to 21. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. Ooh, partner, this has gotten out of hand early. That pick 6, the latest play, pushing us towards a blowout.
Yeah, everything has gone in their favor so far. You don't see a lot of blowouts in the NFL. It takes this kind of combination, right? Both in personnel and in every phase of the game.
Extra point converted by Gay. And the Browns grow their lead yet again. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. We'll see how they choose to use these final 22 seconds, Brock, of our first half. Back to the air following the pick 6. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They send a man in motion. They go play action on first. Throwing deep for the end zone. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Browns make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He was a play caller. He was an offensive guy. And after days like this, and I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
Hey, go lion. Ready.
Looking to throw. On target to Dobbins. And he'll get it up to the 27. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Ready. Baylor Tiger. Set.
Plowing up the middle. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Set. Hey, Ray. What is it?
Herbert now. Buys time, rolling right. Caught by the open man. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 28 out of that play. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
Set. Grenade. Grenade. Set.
They'll run it from the gun. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Let's go.
Some movement there before the snap, right side of the line. This is going to back them up. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We've got 2nd and 15.
Ready.
Back to throw. Here's Herbert. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he nearly takes it to the red zone before going out. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
21. Go.
Herbert on first down. On the move, headed right. And before he can get rid of it, he runs out of bounds. Could have just tossed it incomplete, Brock, but instead takes the sack and a big loss.
I'll admit it, as a former QB, probably the last one to always cast blame on the QB, but that's a situation where you just got to get rid of the ball. I will give a little blame. You got to throw it away and just take an incompletion.
59. Set.
Here we go, 2nd and very long. He sends this one to the end zone. Big gain downfield. he will score. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns grow the lead coming out of halftime. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
And the kick is good, and we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Airing it out to start this drive. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. To the air now on first and 10. Complete out to the right. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
From the 46. Finds a seam down the middle. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I'm sure Coach, play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Hits him on the in route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First down from the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack going to cost them some yardage. Going the wrong way. It's second and goal now, back at the 12.
Let's go.
Another try following the sack. He brings it in. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Offense in the hurry up here. Third down from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So now they're left with fourth and goal. They'll throw for the end zone. And they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers start the second half with some needed points. They're out to try and tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers cut the lead down to a more manageable 28 points. The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. Needed a lot more to reach the landing zone, so the drive going to start at their own 40-yard line. And this drive is going to have some great starting field position as a result of that short kick. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Crowd right, crowd right, crowd right. Sit. Green.
Give now to the running back. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9. Hey, easy. We'll go orange. Ready?
Back to the well again. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
380.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12.
Crowd right.
Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's Browns football to start the 4th in what's been a one-sided game in their favor. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12.
Hey, Kappa. Let's go. Hey. Set.
To throw, Herbert. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down. The Browns are lined up to punt. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. He broke 50 on his 1st punt and looks to have done the same here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. He puts some power on a deep one left. Oh no, they get him yet again. Greg Newsome has it.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Set.
Herbert escapes the pocket. Hauled in by Dobbins. And he's out of bounds up at midfield. They gain 14 on the play. And that gives the Browns a 1st.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Set. Ready.
Herbert from the gun. Short pass caught by his tight end.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
Let's go. 12. Go.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Herbert throwing again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about.
Let's go.
It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Herbert to throw once more. And he has the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns continue piling it on here in the 4th. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
That one splits the uprights, and the Browns continue piling onto this lead. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now.
Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. On the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Handoff on second and short. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yep, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Throwing now on first down. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Nick Bolton has it. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-six touchdown. Thrown at the depth where linebackers come into play in coverage, partner. And sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
Gay with the point after. And the Browns tack on 7 more to their lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all, so they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. They're out and set, first and 10.
Go! 65, go!
Getting right back to it after that interception. Fits it through the middle. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. They get 27 on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. They'll try and throw it here. He beams one deep right side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that'll bring up second down. They go play action here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So they're left facing third and long. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pass taken in by Freiermuth. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Got a man, Palmer has it. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down. They are throwing it again. And they pick him off again. And the Browns take over as he records his 10th career INT.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
Hey, ram. Hey, Ray. Hey, Ray.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. Thinking interception to be had, and incompletion still pretty good for the defense.
Ray. Let's go. Baylor Tigers.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. That's complete, David Njoku. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
21.
First and 10, Herbert. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Set.
Now Herbert again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Try getting it to Nico Collins. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
59. Ready.
On 3rd down, Herbert. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next.
That one scored as a massive 67-yard effort. And it's going to be their football coming up. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. He's got it inside the 25. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
And he's got it, so they'll pull a little ways back with a touchdown. The Steelers putting up points in a game decided. Well, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate. And I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
He's throwing for it. And he will get into the end zone. That's going to cut 2 more off that lead. You know what? Good for them there. This one's pretty out of hand, but hey, they're still putting in the effort, still putting up points before heading home today.
How do you eat an elephant, Kate?
Ooh, I love that one. One bite at a time.
1 2-point conversion at a time. 8 points at a time. When you're down this big, that's all you could do on your side is just keep on digging and keep on eating bite by bite.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40.
Easy. We're going orange. Set. Go.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. On target to Dobbins. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10.
Crowd run, crowd run, crowd run. Hey, Kappa, 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 Kappa.
Working inside the red zone. He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Second down, looking for options. Has it in close. Touchdown, Cleveland. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Gay to add the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Browns continue adding on to that lead. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. He's got it at the 30. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
Caught near the pylon, and he gets it to the 1, but goes out just before the goal line. Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. 1st and goal here. From the red zone now. And that'll chip away some of this near the end. It's caught for a touchdown. The Steelers making the scoreboard look a touch better. That one right down the middle. And the Steelers cut into the lead by another point. Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And that kick fails. The Browns able to recover. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point in the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Hey, ram, ram, ram. Ready.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. He throws a bullet deep to the right. This is caught inside the 15. It's a pickup of 39 yards. And that gives the Browns a 1st.
Run. 380. Run. Let's go. Well. Home the troops right. Set.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. Escapes the pocket. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Hey, go Lion. Why did that?
2nd and 10. Herbert trying again. Oh, my. It's intercepted in the end zone. So to a chorus of bucks from the dog pound. The